Guys, if you like Dragon Ball Hakai, today is the best day for you to subscribe to our Patreon. We started publishing about 3 pages a day of the next chapter of Dragon Ball Hakai. In addition, you will also have access to several other stories created by our team, including Dragon Ball Shinken. By collaborating with our Patreon, you help us keep Dragon Ball Hakai alive and have a lot of benefits. Become a member of our community too. The link is in the video description and in the pinned comment. I'm waiting for you there.
Fly to the limits, look out below and you will see the clouds beneath, way up high where no one has been. Break out your spirit, you know it's waiting to begin, so ride upon the wind. These guys come out of nowhere one by one. Their sights are set upon the land we love. Bad vibes are the cue for me. Fight, fight, fight. I'll guard the planet like a shield for a night. So no, I won't stop fighting till it's over. Won't run away. And you can bet that Earth will keep on turning. I'm making sure it's safe. Join in the face of my fists are sturdy in their faith. They'll never shake. Ain't nobody stopping it burn. Show what we're made of. I'll change the future with my nerves to one that we deserve for the world.
If you like Dragon Ball Shinken and want to see the next episodes of this series being made more quickly, like now and comment hashtag Dragon Ball Shinken or anything else related to this story. If this video reaches the goal of 1000 likes and 100 comments, we will bring you the next video of this series faster. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to receive more Dragon Ball Shinken videos and other content on this channel. Anyway, let's get to the story now. Episode 42, The Dawn of Evil. You finally appeared, Daishinkan. We were anxiously waiting for you to come out of hiding, and it seems you congratulated us by bringing Gogeta too, says Evil Whis, leading 3 more evil angels who have just surrounded Gogeta and Daishinkan. Whis, Kukatail, Sour, and Mojito show off their evil smiles, not hiding their voracious intentions towards the two. Realizing that they are in trouble, Gogeta takes his fighting stance and transforms into his Shinken form, preparing for the worst. Come on, you rats! He challenges his enemies. Beside him, Daishinkan places his hand on his chest, unable to hide the excruciating pain he feels. Gogeta asks him what's happening. Daishinkan explains that the power of the evil seed sealed within him resonates with the evil nature of these angels. Being around them definitely doesn't make it easier to contain all that evil trapped inside. The 4 evil angels begin to raise their energies, their key auras radiating light and heat through the void. Damn, it looks like he won't be able to help me much here, Gogeta says tensely to himself as he prepares for the angels' attack. The first to move is Kukatail, rushing towards Gogeta, trying to land a clear blow on the Saiyan, who thwarts his attack by teleporting to surprise Sour with an attack. Despite the scare of being suddenly attacked, Sour deftly dodges, using the extremely sharp reflexes of his Ultra Instinct, quickly retaliating against Gogeta's attack, who also uses the attributes of his Ultra Instinct to dodge, then also needing to escape an attack from energy fired by Mojito. Whis tries to take advantage of the Saiyan's distraction to attempt a fatal blow through a blind spot on his back. The Shinken warrior, endowed with an excellent perceptive capacity, is able to turn around to defend the angel's attack and then maneuver his body to launch Whis against Sour, who also comes to attack. Sour manages to dodge his brother thrown at him, but is unable to avoid Gogeta's attack that comes shortly after, with the enemy's foot hitting his angelic face squarely. Kukatail goes against Gogeta by launching a sequence of attacks, one blow followed by another, all containing all of the angel's speed, strength, and skill. However, Kukatail is just a distraction so that Mojito advances towards Daishinkan, preparing a blow from which it seems that the benign angel will not be able to defend himself because of the paralyzing pain he feels. Gogeta is quick to rescue him, pointing one hand at Kukatail, who attacks him, and then the other at Daishinkan, making the two angels exchange places with the teleportation. So Daishinkan appears safe next to Gogeta, and Kukatail is hit hard by Mojito. Gogeta takes this chance to accumulate a huge amount of ki in his hand in the form of a small sphere of multicolored energy. "Stardust Breaker!" Gogeta screams as he launches his attack. The sphere of energy with enough accumulated power to vaporize the two angels heads towards them at full speed. However, Whis and Sour intervene at the same time, getting in front of their two evil brothers, forming an energy shield that, containing the power of the two angels combined, manages to block Gogeta's shot, causing an explosion of cosmic proportions to appear. Damn, it's hard to land a fatal attack with so many of them fighting together. Gogeta complains after having such a powerful attack thwarted. Daishinkan, in agony, asks him to take this chance to retreat. Gogeta says that he doesn't want to do that and that it would be shameful to run away like that. Daishinkan insists and reveals that the longer these angels spend close to him, the more dangerous this fight will become. Finally, he tells Gogeta that this is not an escape, but a strategic retreat. Furthermore, this fight has not been fair from the beginning. The sigh given by Gogeta reveals his withdrawal from that discussion. Okay, let's take advantage of all this light and energy released across the environment to escape without leaving a trace. With a teleportation, they escape from there. When the spectacle of light and energy generated by Gogeta's Stardust Breaker blast against Whis and Sour's shield finally ends, the angels notice that their enemies are no longer there. They try to sense their ki to chase them. Unfortunately for the evil angels, their trails is gone. Kukatail curses this situation, lamenting that they missed another opportunity to eliminate these bastards once and for all. "Calm down, brother," Whis says. "You got a good look at that angel, didn't you? He is getting worse and worse, and soon he will no longer be able to contain our father or the evil seed. It won't be long before our father returns more powerful than ever, and when that happens, our victory will be assured." In agreement with Whis' words, the other angels smile. After teleporting, Gogeta and Daishinkan appear in the world of the gods. Gogeta asks how they ended up there, since he didn't imagine going to this world when he teleported. Daishinkan explains that he somehow manipulated Gogeta into going there. Gogeta doesn't like it very much. However, he quickly forgets that when he realizes that there is something very different about that place. The planet is in another dimension. When Gogeta asks the reason for this, Daishinkan explains that they were forced to remove the planet from the great universe as they were attacked by evil angels and were unable to defend themselves. Daishinkan says that without Vegito and him being weakened, they were unable to face all those angels. "If you ask me, I'd say I could have at least destroyed some of them," Chamrus says, his energetic voice echoing through the place as he approaches. Daishinkan responds to the god of destruction by saying that even if he destroyed some angels, it would be useless since there are too many of them. Gogeta then questions what happened to the universe, since the angel and the god of destruction fled. Unfortunately, the universe ended up at the mercy of these bastards. Chamrus says, not containing his anger, "I feel terrible being the god of that universe and having abandoned it like that. My desire is to return and destroy all those stupid angels." Before long, Zamasu also arrives at them, responding to Chamrus saying that doing so would be a useless sacrifice. Daishinkan agrees. Gogeta begins to concentrate to feel the energies present in the rest of that place. He feels the presence of Bulma and Android 21. When he looks in the direction in which he felt the energies, he notices that there is a large technological center on the planet. When Gogeta asks what that is, Daishinkan tells him that they brought Bulma to the planet and also the Galactic Patrol's technological devices. They organized all of this in a kind of technological center. Chamrus adds by explaining that the Galactic Patrol base was attacked by evil angels who decided to take advantage of Daishinkan's weakening moment and the absence of Vegito and Gogeta to take revenge on the patrol, which also caused them a lot of problems. Fortunately, they managed to rescue Bulma and also save the patrol's key technologies. Gogeta asks what happened to the rest of the Galactic Patrol. The patrol has been almost entirely disbanded, Daishinkan responds. Gogeta gets worried when he hears this and asks what happened to Gohan and Bulla. Oh, don't worry, they're doing just fine, Daishinkan reassures him. Actually, I think you'd better see for yourself. The angel extends one of his arms, causing, through his magic, a dimensional portal to materialize next to them. When this portal is opened, Gogeta feels incredible energy escaping from it, making it clear that very powerful people live in that place. However, he realizes that these energies are familiar in some way. After a few seconds of surprise, Gogeta just smiles, extremely proud. So it's you. I guess I shouldn't expect anything less. 4 powerful warriors emerge from the portal recently opened by Daishinkan: Gohan, Bulla, Beerus, and Champa. Gohan shows a more mature appearance. His appearance has not aged much. However, there is something about him that shows great evolution, whether personally or in power. Gogeta sees in Vegito's son the seriousness of his father, worthy of a man equipped with the desire and willingness to do what must be done. In Bulla's case, there is a notable gain in maturity, although she has not lost her youthful appearance. Furthermore, Vegito's daughter shows a wild determination in her eyes, reminiscent of her father's vitality and indomitable spirit. But those who are most surprising in their changes are young Beerus and young Champa, the children of Chamrus, who until recently had a completely childish appearance and behavior, now reveal themselves in the form of 2 young people who, although they maintain the excitement of youth in their looks and expressions, convey great grandeur, like the powerful god of destruction that generated them. Unable to help but notice the gain in maturity and power of all of them, Gogeta immediately realizes what happened. I understand. You sent them to a dimension where time passes more slowly, didn't you? Like a time chamber. Daishinkan says that he doesn't know what this thing called time chamber is. But yes, he sent them to a dimension where time passes more slowly. He says that since Vegito was killed and he was weakened by the sealing of the evil Daishinkan and the evil seed, extremely arduous training was started with the younger ones, since Chamrus, even though very powerful, will not be able to deal with this threat alone. Gohan and Bulla greet Gogeta, saying that it has been years since they last saw each other. Beerus and Champa do the same, and claim that they will soon be strong enough to overcome Gogeta. Gogeta likes to see their excitement, but warns them that they still have a lot of training to do before they can achieve that. Daishinkan invites Gogeta to go to the planet's technological center so they can talk better, and he agrees. When they arrive at the technology center, they see Bulma and Android 21 working at full speed. When Bulla sees Bulma, she gives her mother a big hug, her heart full of longing. For Bulma, it hasn't been that long since she's seen her daughter, while for Bulla, it's been years. Gohan is a little saddened when he sees this, remembering his mother, who he also hasn't seen in a while. Daishinkan says that Bulma and Android 21 are working on powerful machines and technologies to help in the fight against the angels. Gogeta is a little suspicious about Android 21, asking how they can trust a woman who was recently working for an evil angel. Android 21 defends herself by arguing that she only did what she was ordered to do. She also adds that, despite everything, in the end they kind of always had a common goal, even when they were enemies. Gogeta doesn't understand what she means. Android 21 says that Campari was not faithful to his father, and that in fact he always intended to put an end to Daishinkan's tyranny. She explains that Daishinkan is a very cruel father, a true despot whom everyone fears. Many angels actually respect him as a leader. However, many only obey him out of sheer terror. But Campari followed the orders of the evil Daishinkan and tried to kill us all, Gogeta retorts. Android 21 responds that of course he did that, After all, Vegito and the others were never allies. On the other hand, he needed to earn his father's respect and also work on his new technologies without arousing suspicion. However, Campari's objective in building his androids was never only to destroy Vegito and the others, but also his own father and brothers who opposed it. Among all the androids we built, Campari's greatest hope was in Cell Ultra, Android 21 reveals. Cell Ultra was our masterpiece, built from countless genetic crosses, even receiving genetics from Campari himself, an angel. Your friends told me what Daishinkan did to Vados when he found out about her genetic cross with a Saiyan, so you should have an idea of the risk Campari took by putting his own genetics into Cell Ultra. He did this in hopes of creating a perfect warrior who could evolve limitlessly, to the point where he could surpass his father and the other angels. Gogeta stops to think a little better and ends up remembering that in the final moments of his battle against Cell Ultra, he mentioned something about the possibility of them reuniting as allies, suggesting that it was built for some other undisclosed reason. Remembering these things convinces Gogeta of the android's words. Suddenly, a strong pain hits Daishinkan, who, amidst contained groans, reminds everyone that they don't have much time. Gogeta asks what their plan is, pointing out that just building androids, developing new technologies and training the youngest will not be enough to defeat all the evil angels, especially if the evil Daishinkan is released. You're right, Daishinkan agrees, and then responds, "That's why our main goal is other, and we need your help for that, Gogeta." Gogeta asks what this goal is. "Our goal is to bring Vegito back," Daishinkan reveals, but warns, "However, some of us will probably die for these." The way Daishinkan says this gives Gogeta a shiver, and he wonders what kind of dangerous mission lies ahead now. A few hours later, in the dimension where time passes slower, all that exists is a large blank space, reminding Gogeta of the time chamber in Kami-sama Temple. In front of him are Bulla, Gohan, Beerus, and Champa. Unlike the Earth's time chamber, in his reality, which is only capable of holding 2 people, this dimension can be used by up to 5 people. Another difference is that the time a person can spend in this place is unlimited. On the other hand, a day outside this dimension is not equivalent to 1 year inside it, but rather 2 months, a time much shorter than the 1 year per day in the Earth's time chamber. Looking over each of them, Gogeta decides how he will start. Bulla, stand in front of everyone. The Saiyan woman gets excited when she receives the call and promptly obeys, taking a few steps forward. Gogeta tells her that they are going to start and asks her to get ready. Bulla does so, raising her ki and lengthening her hair as she transforms into Super Saiyan 3. "How about that? My power has grown a lot, right?" she brags. However, Gogeta becomes enraged. Like a rocket, he shoots his body at Bulla, grabbing her neck tightly, pressing so hard that it causes a loud crack. Bulla is destabilized and suffocated, in shock by this attack containing such voracity. Bulla isn't the only one surprised by Gogeta's aggressive and angry attack. Everyone else feels the same. "Do you think this is a joke, girl?" Gogeta asks. "Don't waste our time. Use all your power at once," he orders, his hand wrapping around her throat tighter and tighter. Almost in desperation, Bulla quickly raises her ki sharply, releasing an aura of warm energy that pushes Gogeta away in an explosion of impact. Bulla now displays her new transformation, very different from the one she just used. "If you insist, I will start with my maximum power. This is my new transformation. I call it Super Saiyan 4. She takes her combat stance and warns, "Get ready, Gogeta, because I won't hold back." After telling Gogeta that she won't take it easy, Bulla starts off heading towards him while increasing the intensity of her ki, shouting a war cry. She is met with aggression, having her punch deflected and her face held by the older Saiyan, who throws her head against the ground with enough force to destroy it. Bulla is completely surprised by this, not expecting her blow to be avoided so easily and responded to with so much violence. Gogeta, not intending to give her time to recover, launches the Saiyan girl into the air and fires a small sphere of concentrated energy that Bulla manages to dodge at the last moment, to later see a majestic explosion happen above her, indicating that attack, although simple in appearance, it had enough power to cause serious damage. She asks what Gogeta is doing and wonders if this is really training. Her response comes a thousandth of a second later, with Gogeta already moving in front of Vegito's daughter, punching her directly in the abdomen, causing a sharp pain that destabilizes Bulla. Then he grabs her by the hair to throw her face straight against his knee, opening a crack in the Super Saiyan 4's forehead. Still holding her by hair, Gogeta throws her against the ground as if she were a rag doll. Beerus and Champa, seeing the way Bulla is being beaten by Gogeta, are scandalized as they have never seen him treat someone like that in training. Gohan, no matter how hard he tries to contain himself, makes his irritation evident. Even though he understands that this is training, he doesn't like seeing his sister treated this way. Bulla stands up again, projecting dozens of ki blasts at Gogeta, triggering multiple explosions. Everything is useless against the fusion warrior, who defended himself from everything with an energy shield that wasn't even scratched despite the woman's efforts used in those shots. Gogeta doesn't take long to give his answer, moving in the form of a flash to hit Bulla with an elbow in the stomach that makes her blood squirt out of her mouth. Bulla's movements are paralyzed by the pain, falling on her knees and vomiting blood. "You bastard, what do you think you're doing? You know I'm not as strong as you, so why are you attacking me like that?" Gogeta doesn't even finish listening. He grabs Bulla by the face, squeezing her jaw hard enough to crush her teeth inside the mouth. With one arm, he lifts the woman, taking her off the ground. "Do you think you can make that kind of complaint to your enemies? In a battle, there is no mercy. They won't care about your limits. They will attack to kill. If you don't have the power to defend yourself..." Brutally, Gogeta crosses Bulla with his arm, shocking the others. "If you don't have the power to defend yourself, you will be killed," he concludes. Gogeta removes his arm from Bulla's body and lets her fall to the ground. In agony, the woman writhes. Gogeta points his hand at her, and from one moment to the next, Bulla is healed. With her body revitalized, she sits up, breathing uncontrollably because of the shock and pain she just felt. "Was that too much for you?" Gogeta asks teasingly. "If you want to give up, do it at once, so I don't waste my time." But it's the opposite. Bulla stands up, her expression serious as she faces Gogeta. She once again evokes her power, making her Super Saiyan 4 aura expand with even more intensity. Beerus and Champa immediately notice that her power has increased. Gohan explains that whenever a Saiyan is seriously injured in battle, returns stronger after recovering. Resilience is inherent in us. We were born to be warriors. Therefore, it is natural for us to overcome our limits. Seeing that Bulla hasn't given up, Gogeta asks if she's sure of what she's doing, as he intends to be harder and harder. His warning doesn't intimidate Vegito's daughter. She responds that to save her father and avenge her companions, she will do whatever is necessary. So be it! Gogeta prepares to continue. He remembers what he was told earlier about their next mission. "Our goal is to bring Vegito back," Daishinkan revealed in the conversation they had earlier in the planet's technological center. But then he warned, "However, some of us will probably die for this." The way Daishinkan said it gave Gogeta a shiver. He then asked what this mission will be. "As things stand now, we won't be able to defeat our enemies," Daishinkan admitted. He then elaborates on the situation. "Chamrus and you are powerful, but not powerful enough to deal with all the evil angels. By training the younger ones very well, we can even face the angels, however, not their father, who is extremely powerful. The only one capable of maintaining a fight against him is me, but that will not be possible, since I am using all my energy and vitality to maintain this ceiling. Even if I survive this, I won't be able to utilize my full power for a long period. In other words, even if you manage to defeat the other evil angels, you will not be able to defeat their leader, which means that our defeat is almost certain." Gogeta couldn't help but agree, given the incredible power that the evil Daishinkan demonstrated, proving to be far beyond his limits. He then asks how they can turn this situation around and have any chance of winning. Daishinkan responds that the only way is to have Vegito's help, as that gives them a few more options. "But Vegito is dead. How are we going to bring him back?" And why did you say that some of us will die? Gogeta asks, wanting to get straight to the point. Daishinkan explains that although Vegito was killed in the dimension that was sealed inside his body, neither Vegito's body nor soul are inside him. In other words, for some reason, his body and soul were taken to another place. Gogeta asks if he knows what this place is. Daishinkan says yes. After a lot of searching, he managed to find out where Vegito is. His body and soul were taken to hell, and they are there now. Gogeta finds this a little curious, since Vegito was one of the good guys, so he shouldn't have gone to hell. Daishinkan explains that probably contact with the evil seed shortly before dying may have corrupted Vegito's soul, and that's why he ended up going to hell. If he was corrupted, that could be a big problem, Gogeta comments, worried. It might not even be a good idea to bring him back. Bulla and Gohan, who were listening to the conversation with the others, protest, not liking the suggestion of leaving their father dead. Daishinkan, on the other hand, does not dissuade Gogeta's reason, agreeing that it is indeed dangerous to bring Vegito back if his soul has been corrupted. But this is the only option he can think of, emphasizing that without Vegito's help, they cannot win. Gogeta asks how they can bring Vegito back. Should we ask King Yema? He suggests. To his surprise, no one there knows who this King Yema is, indicating that in this reality, the process of life after death is a little different. In this reality, there is no intermediary who controls the passage of worlds, or at least no one who is physically accessible. All of this is done by immaterial beings, whose nature even the gods are unaware of. Gogeta asks what they will do then. Chamrus responds, saying that they will need to go to hell and get Vegito out of there. Gogeta says that shouldn't be a problem. But Daishinkan disagrees with him and warns that obviously the evil angels know that they are going to try something like this, and that's why they remain on standby, watching hell so that no one gets to Vegito. In short, if we want to bring Vegito back, we are going to need to face all the evil angels left. And not only that, they will possibly bring servants to help, in addition to all the natural difficulties of a place like hell. The Supreme Angel compliments. I understand. This indeed won't be easy. Gogeta agrees. Chamrus says that's why they're doing everything they can to prepare others. His children, Gohan and Bulla, have incredible potential, in addition to the powerful machines that Bulma and Android 21 are capable of creating. Daishinkan gets straight to the point, asking Gogeta to train them. Chamrus is a very powerful god, but he is not a good master. I am normally a good instructor. However, my health is not helping, so I ask you, Gogeta, to prepare them for the battle to come. Gogeta doesn't like this idea, arguing that taking them into battle against the angels is crazy. Not even Gohan can barely stand a fight against an angel. He beat Vod, but he had considerably below average power. The others have even less chance. It will be a massacre. Beerus don't like hearing this and warn Gogeta not to underestimate them. Champa adds that they are the children of the great god of destruction and powerful blood runs through their veins. Bulla agrees with these two, saying that she also has powerful blood running through her veins, Vegito's blood. Gohan argues that determination and training are all a Saiyan needs to overcome all limits, and Gogeta should know that. Gogeta sighs, irritated by the younger people's stubbornness. Chamrus admits that he also doesn't like the idea of exposing his children to such risk, and that they are too young for a battle like this. If he had another choice, he would certainly do it differently. Daishinkan completes by arguing that if they don't try, everyone will die anyway, since the evil angels will not leave anyone unpunished. At least this way, there is some chance. Gogeta gives up and agrees to train them. But I will only do this under one condition. If I can prove that they are not capable and make them give up, we will not take them. Everyone agreed. While remembering all that conversation they had earlier, Gogeta now deals with Beerus and Champa, massacring the children of the god of destruction in combat. At this moment, Champa is already on the ground. His arms and legs are broken, making him unable to get up. Beerus is strangled by the Saiyan, who mercilessly crushes his throat. What the angels will do to you is much worse. "Give up at once," Gogeta orders. Even in the midst of the violent suffocation he suffers, Beerus finds the strength to deny. "I will fight alongside my father and prove that I will be the next god of destruction," he says, showing great firmness and determination despite his voice choking due to the lack of air. Angry, Gogeta throws Beerus hard against the ground and steps on his chest, putting so much weight on his foot that it crushes the young cat warrior's lungs and ribs. "Give up!" he screams. Beerus now doesn't even have the strength to speak. However, his answer comes in another form, the shooting of an energy wave that hits Gogeta at point-blank range. Unfortunately for Beerus, his weakened offense has no effect. "Damn," he says in a fragile voice before passing out. Gohan approaches Gogeta saying he is next. Gogeta kicks Beerus to Champa's side and turns to Gohan. Champa, suffering greatly from his broken bones, asks if Gogeta won't heal them. "Wait and suffer a little," Gogeta responds. "Take advantage of this time and decide to give up once and for all." Champa becomes very angry and desperate, shouting for Gogeta to cure them at once, like he did with Bulla. Gogeta ignores it, focusing only on Gohan, who looks at him in a way that makes it clear he won't hold back. Gohan focuses his energy, releasing it through an aura of intense ki as he reveals the evolved form of his bestial transformation. "Your power has grown considerably since I last saw you," Gogeta says. Gogeta also transforms, revealing his Shinken form. Bulla, now as a spectator, is very attentive, as it is the first time she has seen the Shinken form, being fascinated by that majestic appearance and that power so transcendental that she cannot even understand. Even Champa, who was previously screaming, madly demanding to be cured, is silent in the face of what he sees. Gohan gives Gogeta his bestial look, not intending to back down even in the face of Shinken. In the world of the gods, Chamrus is levitating in one of the planet's fields in a meditation posture. He releases intense purple electrical sparks from his body, causing a strong shudder on the planet. A little further away, Daishinkan and Zamasu watch. Zamasu comments that he has never seen Chamrus so focused on concentrating his power. This proves his concern because of this whole situation. Daishinkan says that he is taking advantage of Gogeta, going to train others so he can train a little himself. Zamasu wonders if Chamrus can get even stronger. "I think this a little difficult, as I believe that Lord Chamrus has reached the peak of his power," answers the angel. The point is that he hasn't used his maximum power for so long that now he needs to meditate to rediscover how to use all his energy. In other words, what Chamrus is doing now is relearning how to control all of his power with total mastery. This will be crucial in the battle to come. "I understand, but what about the others? Do you think Gogeta will handle them?" Daishinkan says he's sure so. During the time he was in their universe, Gogeta ended up building a friendly relationship with all of them. He truly cares about these kids and will do his best to prepare them, even if that preparation is hard and painful. In fact, it is being painful for Gohan, who at this moment lies kneeling in front of Gogeta with his only remaining arm making an L in the hands of the older Saiyan who mercilessly broke it. This is watched by Bulla, with her heart burning with the desire to go and help her brother, and also for Beerus and Champa, who are still down and in agony because they weren't healed by Gogeta. Gohan screams in pain, remembering the trauma he went through at Zyko's hands. Gogeta already knows how much this situation shakes him and teases, "You remember what Zyko did to you, don't you? You are still weak and powerless, just like that time. Give up now, and then you won't have to go through this again." Gohan doesn't let himself fall apart. On the contrary, his desire for power burns more intensely, ordering Gogeta to shut up, while at the same time causing an even greater amount of energy to leave his body, causing Gogeta to move away. It seems that strong emotions are fueling his gain in power. As expected of Gohan, Gogeta observes in thought. Gohan attacks. Unable to use his arm, he uses only his legs, unleashing a sequence of kicks against Gogeta so quick and skillful that his arm barely seems to be missed. Of course, none of this is enough against Gogeta, who with his Shinken form is capable of handling anything Gohan can do. "Time to end this!" Gogeta exclaims. Moving to Gohan's back after a successful dodge, he hits the young Saiyan squarely behind the neck. His blow is so aggressive that it breaks Gohan's spine, causing him to collapse to the ground. completely paralyzed. Gohan immediately regresses to base form. Bulla desperately flies to her brother, asking if Gogeta has gone crazy. His response is to return to his base form and kick the girl in the face as she kneels next to her brother. When Bulla asks what he's doing, Gogeta says he won't heal Gohan until a blow hits him. Bulla says he's crazy and that her brother could end up dying. "Then you better hurry," he retorts. Pointing his hands at the fallen Beerus and Champa, he heals them both. "You two can help." Bulla hurries to transform into Super Saiyan 4, releasing as much power as she can. Beerus and Champa also raise their ki, ready to give everything they have. Sometime later, Bulla, Champa, and Beerus are down. Their breaths were labored and their bodies were full of injuries. At their center is Gogeta, who shows no such tiredness. However, a shallow wound appears on the older Saiyan's cheek. "Well, you guys did it? Who would have thought?" Gogeta points his hand at Gohan, who was almost dead when he was finally healed. The relief he feels is simply indescribable. Gogeta gives them all a warning. "This was just our first day of training. Daishinkan gave us 9 days of training in Great Universe time, which gives us 18 months in this place. Every day of these 18 months will be like this or worse. The good news is that giving up is always an option. So, what do you say?" Gohan, Bulla, Beerus, and Champa stand up. They don't respond with words, but with their looks of those who yearn for more power. Gogeta couldn't help but smile. Amidst an agonizing wait and arduous training, time passed. More specifically, 18 months in the training dimension and 9 days in the Great Universe. Groaning, Daishinkan falls to his knees in the planet's fields. His body, previously perfectly clear, now shows several cracks across the skin, making it look like it will give way at any moment. Zamasu approaches to help the angel, wondering how much longer he will be able to endure. Daishinkan says that his limit is finally approaching, which means it's time to act. Chamrus approaches. He shows a lot of seriousness in his features, indicating total focus on what is to come. "Lord Chamrus, so have you finally finished your meditation? For all these days you didn't even move," Zamasu comments. Chamrus says he's finally ready. "I'm happy to know that you've managed to perfectly master your full power again, Lord Chamrus," Daishinkan says, smiling despite the intense pain that affects him. "And also, you're not the only one who's ready." Extending one of his hands into the air, Daishinkan makes a dimensional portal open, and from this portal come Gogeta, Gohan, Bulla, Beerus, and Champa. Taking a good look at all of them, Chamrus is satisfied, noticing an extraordinary evolution in everyone. But they're not the only ones who are ready. 2 trails of light emerge from the planet's technological center, heading towards them at high speed. It's Android 21 and Bulma, the latter dressed in clearly highly advanced robotic armor. "Mom, this is amazing," says Bulla, who, as a scientist, is mesmerized by seeing this technological marvel displayed by her mother. Taking a good look at Android 21, Gogeta comments, "You also seem to have changed in some way. You haven't spent all this time just building things, have you?" Android 21 praises his insight, confirming his suspicion by saying that she and Bulma also took advantage of this time to make improvements to her. "But of course, more important than that, we built our own army," Bulma brags. Leaving the technological center and filling the planet's skies, an army of robots reveals itself. Commanding them, the remade extermination team, composed of Super Android 17, Super Android 16, and Super Android 13. In this reality, these androids were never human, so their bodies were recreated even though the originals were completely destroyed. Excited, Bulma says that this is the most powerful army of machines in existence. Gogeta pumps his fists. "Come on! Let's make all hell shake!" In the vast hell of the Great Universe, a dimension dominated by chaos, a portal opens. From this portal come Gogeta, Chamrus, Gohan, Bulla, Beerus, and Champa. Soon after, Android 21 and Bulma leave, accompanied by the extermination team. And lastly, they are accompanied by the large army of robots. "So this is hell here. I expected something scarier," Gogeta says. "So get ready, because things are about to get more tense," Chamrus responds. It doesn't take long for the remaining 12 angels to appear before them, accompanied by an army of diverse creatures, including demons, monsters, beasts, and other types of people, living or dead. They are led by Whis, who gives them a sarcastic welcome. "So let's start," Gogeta suggests. "The final battle against the evil angels is about to begin." Gogeta and his friends prepared as best they could, but was it enough? Find out in the next episodes of Dragon Ball Shinken. If you've made it this far, comment Evil Angels, and we'll know that you watched everything. Also, leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to receive future videos. Remembering that for the next episode of this story to be made as a priority, this video must have at least 1,000 likes and 100 comments. And check out our Patreon through the link in the video description or in the pinned comment, or help us through super thanks. Thank you very much to everyone who does this. You are the true warriors of this channel. Until the next video.